Oh, hello!
Hello and welcome back
To episode 6? Is
Probably.
it 6? Yeah, I think it is 6. We have Eli here. He just wants to say hello quickly.
I got this robot.
Other camera.
Other camera, Eli. Other camera. That
Your
one.
camera.
So, yeah. And hi, I'm going upstairs now. Bye.
Good boy. Happy go then.
So welcome back everybody.
Welcome back. Sorry about that.
Eli's a little excited about life. At the moment.
Yes,
Bless him.
he wanted to be in today's episode, so I thought I'd better let him. Just to say hello. Now he's upstairs playing with Daddy.
We
so
don't
it's
need
fine.
half an hour of him, bless him.
Oh God, no. He'd be
It'd be
annoying.
interesting conversation to see what he had to say for half an hour on life.
Probably
but
about Titanic. He could probably sit here for half an hour and tell you about Titanic.
I've decided
Probably.
that when kids learn about it at school, they then become obsessed with it.
Oh, he
I
is
know
literally
loads of
obsessed.
kids that do.
Literally, he wants to. We're going to take him to the Titanic Museum because obviously it's half term. And we said we wouldn't in the half term, but yeah, he's obsessed with it. And the Great Fire of London, when he did that, he was obsessed with that. He can tell you everything, where it started, how long it burnt for, the dates, how many people died. Literally, taught me stuff.
Oh my god.
I know, madness.
Oh, the Titanic is the epitome of why I won't get on a cruise ship.
Oh, Chloe's like that. She's going on one in June. So her friends are getting married on there. And
If you had decided to get married on a cruise ship, I would have had to have a serious conversation about life.
Yeah, no, thank you,
I'm
madam.
sorry, I can't be a bridesmaid. I'll fly in for the day.
Yes.
Like, I'd literally rather sit on a 10-hour flight than go on a cruise ship.
See, I've never really been on a boat, apart from like going to the Isle of Wight. That's the only boat I've been on. I haven't been on a cruise, and I reckon I'd like a cruise. I think.
No.
No. Well, not Chloe. Eli was telling Chloe about all he learnt about the Titanic.
She's there now crapping up.
Yeah, literally. She's like, I'm going on a boat this year. Thanks, Eli. Cheers, mate.
That is another thing I would like to know. This is completely off this week's topic, but I am looking to take my daughter on holiday to Mexico this year. At some point, hopefully, if my husband's job and my job ever line up and we can actually get some time off. Any tips for taking a 2-year-old on a 10-hour flight would be so appreciated.
Rather than me.
It's like a 9.5-hour flight on the way out there and like a 11.5-hour flight on the way back. Are we already going to get her a tablet and not let her have it till she gets on the flight? Like, I'm not even going to show
That's
it
a
to
good
her.
idea.
But I've got to get her used to headphones because no one wants to listen to Bluey for 9 hours.
What you could do, saw this on TikTok, was we should do a podcast about that, taking children on holiday. Once you've done it,
Once I've done it and I get back and I've survived.
then
If we never do it, I didn't survive the trip and I lost my mind.
I seen on TikTok, was it TikTok? This mum made everyone around them that was sitting around them, so obviously the people on the side of you, behind you and in front of you, like a care package. So she put them all like buds for their ears, a sweet I think, and something else like to say, I'm sorry she's naughty, here you go.
I do think it depends on who you sit next to on a plane.
Yeah.
Like when we went to Mexico the first time, this was like pre-children, I had the window seat, my husband was next to me, and then there was a gentleman next to him, and then a woman the other side of the aisle, and they had an 18-month-old with them, so obviously they don't get their own seat at that age.
Yeah.
And he was a really sweet kid, and whilst their parents were trying to eat their dinner, he really wanted to look out the window, so I let him sit on my lap so he could watch out the window and his parents could have 5 minutes peace.
Oh, that's nice.
So I hope that someone might return the favour to me, not necessarily have my child, but be kind enough just to accept that but because there's 3 of us now and she gets her own seat, we'll take them the whole row.
Yeah, exactly, which is a good thing. But you knowing you and the luck that we have, you'll probably get that annoying one that just tuts the whole time.
Yeah, I'll be able to tell them when to put it.
Just make sure you've got a lolly or something to suck on when you go up.
If we go this half of the year, we're not going to get rid of a dummy.
Ah, good idea, yeah, so you should suck on that.
I would rather go before the summer because we want to potty train in the summer and I can't imagine a half potty trained child on a plane.
Oh God, no, that was a tongue tie.
That was a tongue tie.
No, thank you. That is just...
We've also been out of action because I've had pneumonia.
Yeah, she's been very poorly. So I did do a story Sunday, just gone, so technically yesterday, but obviously when you listen to this, it'll be last Sunday.
Yeah.
Just to apologise and say that we couldn't do it because Lauren was very poorly.
I am now getting over it. Just the cold air now sets me off, but I am now... Oh, I wouldn't wish that on anyone, but I only had it in one lung. I had pneumonia in one lung and a chest infection in the other. I went to the walk-in centre, the doctor sent me there, and he listened to my chest and he was like, oh yeah, classic chest infection, gradually, whatever. He listened to my other one, he was like, oh, it's like dull and silent. I was like, oh, that's good. He was like, no, that's pneumonia. I was like, oh, that's not so good.
That's not good at all, Lauren, no.
He suggested I lived with my mum for a week whilst I got over it.
Do you know what? I did think you should have done that.
But, so I went round, so this happened on the Monday, I went round my mum's on the Monday.
Yeah.
His sister were trying to make a cake.
Oh no.
And they literally nearly murdered each other. I was like, yeah, I'm not going to stay here. No, I'm going to go home.
Bye. But I did think that. I did think, oh, she should just stay at your mum's because your bedroom's still there, isn't it? So your bed's still there. So, but yeah.
I was like, yeah, after staying there for like a few hours, I was like, I'm going now, bye.
Bye for now, Felicia. Bye, Felicia.
I left my dog there.
Yeah, that was good because then you didn't have to look after a dog and a child and yourself. So, you know.
Because that's why I realised I needed medical attention.
Why has it done that? Why is it saying uploading twice?
That's the first one we're trying to upload.
The first one? What do you mean?
So we recorded a little bit of Eli.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, that...
I'm confused.
No, it's not. That's the same bit twice.
Huh? Oh, don't say it's only going to record like 5 minutes on this laptop. Because that'd be annoying.
Should we just keep recording on the camera?
Yeah.
How good's the sound on it?
Yeah, it's quite
I've
good.
used it before actually, haven't I?
Well, yeah, I don't edit it for the, we use it for YouTube, don't we, all the time?
Yeah.
Well,
Small technical issues.
oh, God. Well, at least we recorded the first bit on there.
Yeah, you nice little bits on and then we can edit. Actually, no, it's all on the camera. Oh yeah. We can just edit it all out.
Perfect.
What a week.
Oh, Lord.
But, yeah, so I was actually walking the dog and that's how I realised I needed, like, medical help. I was carrying Ivy in the carrier and I just could not breathe.
No.
Lauren, one of the girls that worked for me rang me. She was like, you sound like you're about to die. I was like, I feel like I'm about to die.
Oh, yeah, that voice note you sent me when you first were poorly, I was like, Jesus Christ, you could really hear it in your voice. And I was like, you need to
So the
ring
first
someone.
few days, I started feeling ill like the Wednesday before and I lost my voice over the weekend. Like, I went really husky, barely had a voice.
Yeah.
But I actually felt okay. And it wasn't until Sunday into Monday, I thought I was going to die.
Oh, God.
But anyway, feeling better now.
That's good. Jolly good.
Quick week of super strong antibiotics and
You're fine.
here we are.
Happy days.
Just the occasional coughing fit. But this week we thought we would talk about our weddings.
Yes, because we had two very different weddings.
Yeah, very different.
You had children at yours, I didn't at mine, so I thought that was quite a good thing as well. Well, I did have kids, but you let any child come, really, didn't you?
Yeah, I let anyone bring kids.
Where I was like, no. But we can explain that as we talk about our stories. And why.
Yeah. Shall I go first?
Yeah, you go first. Yes, you got married first, you go first.
Shall I do the engagement as well?
Yes. Tell me it all.
So, me and my husband had been together probably about 10 years by the time we got engaged.
Yeah.
And anyone that knows him, he's not the most romantic person. Like, I love him, I really do, but he's not overly romantic, doesn't randomly buy flowers or chocolates or anything like that.
No, I can't imagine him doing that.
And one Christmas, he had booked me a surprise holiday.
Yes, I remember this, because me and I were like, you're getting engaged.
Like, at the time,
literally.
I didn't own the salon. I still worked in it as a normal person. I was the manager.
Personal, but
No, I was just the manager. I didn't own it, and so he had got hold of my boss at the time and like booked the time off work for me, which
very romantic.
for him is like
Very cute.
And booked the time. So I spent all night the night before we flew from Heathrow. And I was looking through the Heathrow flights.
No, yeah.
I'd just been told to pack for cold weather, so I packed like jumpers, and he was like, "No, like you need a ski coat." Like he took me out and got me like proper shoes.
Yeah.
Thermals, gloves, a ski coat, like all of this stuff. Because there's me packing like cute cold outfits, like chunky jumpers, mini skirt tights, and boots, and he's thinking,
he's like, no, Lauren.
So I was like, right. So he took me out and bought me loads of stuff that I needed, and I was like, I remember being on the Heathrow departures website, page, like flicking through, and I'm thinking, I don't know any of these places. Like,
where are we going?
Where are we going? So he was actually taking me to Austria. We flew into Salzburg, which at the time didn't even know Salzburg was a place in Austria. Like,
no,
I know bits of Austria, but didn't know that Salzburg was a place.
No, me either.
And then, so he took me to this really cute place called St. Wolfgang, which is Christmas markets around a lake, and there's 3 little villages that each do their own Christmas market. So we were there for 3 days, so each day we did a different market. And on the second day, he took me to the top of a mountain, and we were like shin deep in snow.
Jesus.
And I had the biggest fear. I do not like heights, and he was trying to get me on a cable car, and he'd obviously planned this, and I would not get on the cable car. I was like, get on the cable car, get on the cable car. Anyway, he got me on the cable car. And we went on the cable car, and yeah, he proposed to me on top of a mountain, knee deep in snow.
So cute. I knew it. I knew it.
It was so cute. I love everything Christmas. So Christmas markets in the snow, in the cold, was just amazing. And
yeah.
I love my engagement ring. He had it made, which is another thing I'd have never put past it. Like,
No.
I'd never thought he'd have done.
Did
so
very well.
I think he always regrets it. One day we were out and I saw a vintage Tiffany's ring, a 1920s vintage Tiffany's ring, back when it was still in black packaging.
Mm-hmm.
And I really wanted it.
Yeah.
And I think to this day, he wishes he'd have bought it, because with vintage jewellery, you'll always get more for your money.
Yeah.
So he designed my ring based off that ring.
Yeah.
So it's a very Art Deco inspired ring, Ashlar cut. So yeah, so that was in 2017 we got engaged. So the Christmas, we flew back a few days before Christmas.
Yeah.
And then spent a year and a half planning our wedding. I wanted to get married in 2018, but we were just never going to get the money together.
Mm-hmm.
So we ended up getting married in the August of 2019, which, to be fair, I never thought I'd be able to afford an August wedding.
Yeah, because it is peak season.
It's peak season. Like, loads of venues we went to were peak season. They had about $5,000 on and all sorts. But we managed to find the most amazing wedding venue that have a flat fee the whole through the year.
Which is good.
You don't have to use their caterers. You can use whatever caterers you like. You can do whatever you want with the alcohol and stuff. We got married in Hanging Island, and it was amazing. I think it saved us. So, in hindsight, our venue was a lot more expensive than other venues, but you weren't tied to caterers, so we then saved money on catering. So, the whole wedding process, I enjoyed planning it. The only bit I weirdly didn't enjoy was dress shopping.
Yeah, that's hard.
I hated dress shopping. I think I went to about 8 boutiques in the end.
Yeah.
And could not find the dress I wanted at all. I knew roughly what I had in my head. I remember going to one boutique and the woman was so rude.
Oh.
So rude. There's a beautiful shopping bottle called Hannah Elizabeth.
Oh.
And
My name.
I so nearly bought a dress from there.
Yeah.
But it was out of my budget. But their dresses are stunning
I didn't go in there.
Oh, they're beautiful.
I should have done.
You shouldn't have done. Yeah. But don't go in there, they're so expensive.
Oh, that's good.
But they're
I'm glad I didn't.
beautiful dresses. I highly recommend going in there. There was one in there that was so nice that I really nearly bought.
Oh.
So nearly bought. I'll show you one day. I'll have to get my iPad out and show you a picture. It was stunning. And I think if I'd have got married in a slightly different venue, I'd have bought it.
Yeah.
But because of my venue, it was all outside.
That does make you change your mind.
Yeah.
Not that, like, not because if you like a dress, you buy it. If you get a feeling once you're in the dress, but you do take, like, what time of the month, yeah, what time of the year it is, what time, like, what venue you're going to, and stuff like that. And you do take
like
that
the whole vibe of the
consideration.
wedding. Like this dress I found in Hannah Elizabeth, it was beautifully sparkly.
Oh, love it. Love sparkly.
Skin tight, sparkly, and it came with a tulle over skirt, so I could have a big skirt for the wedding ceremony and then take it off. And it was beautiful. And then, but we had a proper rustic wedding.
Yeah.
And I just didn't think a proper out there sparkly number was the whole
would fit with the theme. And
stuff.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful dress.
It was. Your
And if
dress
I
was
ever got married again,
lovely.
like I said to Aunt, I want to renew my vows.
Yeah.
So on our 10-year wedding anniversary, I want to go to Vegas and get remarried by Elvis.
Oh my god, do it!
Well, we've only got 6 years to go.
That'll
so.
go quick.
Well, 4 years gone quick enough.
Oh no, Jesus Christ, I can't believe it's been 4. It's because we had COVID, we also
missed 2 years in between. But yeah, so we did all that, and in the end, to find my wedding dress, I ended up Googling, and I found a dress that I was in love with.
Yeah.
But then had to track down a boutique that stocked that brand.
Yeah.
That designer.
Yeah.
So I finally found one over in Chichester, which I've just found out actually the shop doesn't exist anymore. It shut down.
Does it?
And I was like, oh, that's so sad. Because they're like one of the only people in the area.
Obviously, it's
Probably COVID.
Yeah.
So many businesses got affected by COVID.
That's mad.
And they didn't have the dress in stock, but they had similar ones. So I could try them on, and then they ordered the one in for me. And oh my gosh, my dress was fucking insane.
It was lush.
This is where my bridezilla came out. It had a really long train on it.
It
like,
did.
really long train, and I wanted my veil to be at least 30 centimetres longer than my train.
She thinks she's the queen.
So I had this outrageous, and my veil was dusky pink as well.
Yes, it was. Oh, it was lush.
So I had like an off-white creamy.
Yeah. It was ivory.
Oh, it was slightly creamier than ivory.
Was it?
Dress with a gorgeous belt on it.
The belt was lush.
And then I had my dusky pink extra long veil Oh, I loved it.
It was good. Like, when we put this podcast up, what we'll do is once it's gone up, we'll post pictures from, like, both our engagements and then both the weddings, so you can kind of see, because it's quite hard, obviously, to picture it, isn't it? But yeah,
the only thing that I slightly regret about my wedding was, like, TikTok and that wasn't really a thing when I got married.
No.
So there's not many, like, short videos.
That's one thing I regret as well. I didn't get many either. And I
don't think I took actually any pictures on my phone at your wedding.
We weren't allowed, were we? After I was like, don't take them. Because then we weren't in the pictures with our phone. Which I'm glad she did that, but then I'm like, oh, like, I don't have any videos.
So, like, there's one picture that was taken at my wedding, and it was actually taken by my friend Rob, who... I'll explain my wedding venue, we'll get back into it. So my wedding venue was I can't tell a story in audio, can I? Our wedding venue was one big venue. Like, the whole shebang happened in one thing. There was a massive house for us all to get ready in, which was just absolute madness in the morning. I felt so bad for the videographer. He was about a 17-year-old lad with a house full of women.
He was really good though.
He was so good. Oh, my wedding video. I don't particularly like my wedding pictures. That's nothing to do with the photographer, I just don't like them.
She's just picky.
I'm just really, I knew it would happen. But the video I do love. It was just carnage. We had like rooms to get ready in, and there was just makeup everywhere, and I'd set out like little mirrors and dressing gowns and everything, sliders for my bridesmaids and stuff.
Still got those. My garden shoes now. If I go out in the garden.
Oh, they're my garden shoes too. Put them in there.
Love that.
But yeah. So we then got married under like a safari canopy.
Yeah.
Which had all been decked out with like fairy lights and draping vines and stuff, and then on the actual place was a massive marquee where like the reception and that was held. So to get from the house to the wedding bit, I could have walked. I didn't want it. I was being a deep. I didn't want anyone to see me, so I got my friend's husband, who had a Jag, to drive me round, and he actually took one of my favourite photos, and it's me with my dad just waiting to go down the aisle, and I must have just looked over my shoulder and Rob managed to catch it. It's such a beautiful photo.
That is one thing I find, like, you know, some people, again we'll go into it a bit later, but like when people don't want you to take pictures and stuff when you're walking down the aisle and stuff, but some people do get the best photos. Like the photographer, don't get me wrong, our photos, we love them, and you know, we love our favourite photos, but there is some that I like, that I think my nan got of me and my mum, and me and my mum are looking at each other and we're smiling at each other, and that's a really natural,
proper candid shot.
Yeah, and it's one of my favourite photos.
Joe, one of the things I did at a wedding, and I highly recommend it to anyone, was we didn't ban pictures, obviously, but we did ask for people not to post on social media till later in the day.
Yeah, we said that as
well.
But
we didn't have evening guests, so it didn't really matter anyway. But I didn't want people on their phones at a wedding. But we had this printing system.
Oh, it was so good.
Where any pictures you took on your phone, you could print off.
Yeah.
And it came up with a border on it, like our wedding and then the date and stuff. It was really cool. But we then got, not only did we get copies of all the pictures, I've got a slideshow of all the pictures as well.
Oh my god, that's brilliant.
So we've got every single photo, and you can see them progressively getting worse because everyone got a bit merry.
I was so drunk alone because she provided the alcohol like the whole way up until the evening, and there was a lot of it. Like we all had a bottle of gin on our tables, didn't we?
So we named each table after a bottle of gin, and then the full bottle was on the table plus wine.
Did we have wine? We did have wine.
Yeah, wine.
Yeah. Oh my god, literally, we were all smashed. It was just, oh my lord.
We provided alcohol from 11:30 in the morning till 7 o'clock when the bar kicked in.
And we started drinking. What time did we start drinking?
I don't know.
What time did I can't remember.
I was started getting ready about 8 o'clock in the morning.
So drunk. It was so good though. So good. It was amazing, and I think that was my first experience being a bridesmaid as well. So that was amazing. It was so good. It was such a good wedding. So good. Really, really good. I loved it.
It was so funny. We did it though. We supplied, like, people were like, oh, you should buy the alcohol minted. But we didn't. No. We did our wedding cost, I think it cost about 6-7 grand all in all in the end.
Don't tell God like that. Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
So like there's little things that we didn't do though. We didn't have a proper wedding cake because I'm celiac anyway.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you didn't, did you?
We had the giant Colin and Connie capulars.
I didn't get any of that.
Mate, I didn't even know the evening buffet came out.
Yeah, neither did I. Fuming, right? It's because we were sat by the fire pit the whole time.
Yeah.
But I just had a bowl of leftover cheese and onion crisps that I was sat over eating. But
my favourite bit of the whole venue was we had a fire pit outside, which I found out my work lot were playing Love Island by.
Were they?
With each other's husbands. There's a picture of all their husbands stood there and they're like, and I would pick so and so because.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's so
But
funny.
we had a s'mores station.
Yes. I remember I don't have the smalls either, but I remember... No, did I?
I had smalls.
I think I did.
I remember talking to my friend's husband, different friend's husband, that doesn't drink. I was off my trolleys, trying to sound really sober and intellectual to him, thinking, and then the next day, when I saw him next time, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know what it happens when I'm drunk and I'm talking to a sober person. I try to become a really intellectual person. I chat utter crap. But it was just hilarious. My father-in-law ended up in a bush drunk. He missed the first dance, missed the cutting of the cake. My mother-in-law was fuming. It was hilarious.
Oh dear.
That was my mum's fault. She just kept topping his drink up. My family are like seasoned drinkers. Alcohol doesn't touch the sides.
No. They were all handled it very well. Like, to be fair, I remember having to pick you off the floor at one point.
I think the worst thing I did at the wedding was a quick story about my shoes. I've always said I was walking down the aisle in Louboutins. Always said it.
Yeah.
And the Louboutins that I wanted, this is how I knew I had to marry that man. The Louboutins I wanted turned out to be limited edition. They're beautiful. I will try and find a photo of them to upload.
Yes.
They were they were blue as well, so they were something blue and like a really pale, like mermaidy blue. They were gorgeous.
They were nice.
Could not find them. I went to every designer boutique I knew that stocked Louboutins, and the staff were like, you're never going to get them. They're limited edition. There's none left in the country. Rude. And so my husband set himself on a mission to track a pair down.
I remember that, yeah.
And he managed to track a brand new pair down from America that must have been, I think they were for sale in like one of the department stores over there.
Yeah.
And he paid for the tax, import, shipping, everything to get them over here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's when you know, that's the man to marry. But anyway,
picked well.
These shoes, for some reason, when I was really drunk, I just took them off and launched them.
You do that. I did that.
And like people were just like collecting these shoes, like, aren't these worth money? I'm like, oh yeah, my shoes. I think my brother handed them back to me the next day, like, your shoes?
Very expensive shoes.
My brother had like pockets full of everyone's stuff. He had like my jewellery, had my mum's phone. He's just like the next morning, like, does everyone want their stuff back?
Anyone?
I remember taking my hair out and putting all my bobby pins in my cousin's pocket, like, please. Our best man did a PowerPoint speech.
Oh, that was good.
But he started ripping into me. Didn't think your best man was supposed to rip into the bride.
No, I got ripped in. Well, no, I didn't really. I don't think.
He found all the pictures from when I've been with my husband
a long time.
Since I was about 15. So Matt decided to take it upon himself to find all the photos from when I was about 15, 16, and I had platinum blonde hair, and I used to refer to myself as Barbie quite a lot. And he found every photo of that, which was
that was quite funny though. It was good. The speeches were good, and your dad's speech was hilarious.
Oh, I actually originally banned my dad from doing a speech.
So good.
My dad's so inappropriate, but actually no, it was a really good speech.
He did really well. They both did really well. And Ant's speech was lovely as well.
Ant's speech was really good.
Yeah, so good.
Oh, I wish I could do it all over again.
Yeah.
It
is horrible because once it's over, you literally wake up the next day, don't you? And like, oh, that's it.
Oh, the next day I had like a mad panic because on my waistband, on my belt, I had one of my granddad's rings looped through, and I changed dress, and I'm so glad I did. Yeah. I changed dress as everyone was getting more drunk, and I'm so glad I did because one of my friends and the girls I work with, her boyfriend at the time spilled a whole glass of red wine down me. And the second dress I had wasn't expensive. It was like 20 quid off Pretty Little Thing. It was just a maxi white satin split dress situation.
Yeah.
It got trashed. It had like half marshmallow stuck to it, red wine down it. Toby gave me a piggyback to the toilets, and like the split went from like here like up to like here. It was great. But at some point when I got back to our room, because we stayed in the house that night, I obviously took the belt off. Yeah. And next morning, blind panic, couldn't find the ring.
Oh no.
I'd put it back in the box.
Oh my god.
In my drunken state, I had to put that ring back in the box.
Very good. Very, very good.
The worst bit was about the wedding was the venue we had was self-cleaning. Like, we had to clean it ourselves. So the next morning, it was pretty clean. A load of people in their drunken states had managed to tidy it up. Yeah. Like, our parents and stuff had stayed behind and tidied.
Oh, I remember that, I think.
But we had to drive everything, like, so everything was loaded into a van. The only bit was we had to drive the van back. So we all met at... Everyone else stayed in the hotel down the road, so we all met there and had breakfast, and then had to unload the van when we got home. Half bottles of wine, beer, just everywhere. Oh no! But then we went on a mini moon the day after that to Wales. Oh yeah. Which we always said we'd get a honeymoon in. COVID hit. We're like, then I was pregnant, so we're like, we'll get a baby moon. COVID hit again. So this holiday that we are going to go on this year is...
No, you're not allowed to plan anything, so that means we're going to get COVID.
No, it doesn't. But if we ever make it on holiday this year, it's my baby moon, my honeymoon, my husband's 30th holiday. It's all in. I'm going on holiday.
She's going. She's going.
But yeah, so that was our wedding. It was just...
It was brilliant. It was.
We had a really chilled wedding. We said people could bring kids. If you couldn't come... We said bring your kids if you want, you don't have to. If you couldn't come because you had no childcare, bring your kids.
Yeah.
Obviously, I had 2 flower girls who were like 18 months and nearly 3 at the time. And then I had 2 younger bridesmaids who were... God.
What were they?
Oh, Matilda would have been like 7.
I was going to say, they were older, weren't they?
They were about 8 and 10,
Yeah.
7 and 9, something along them lines. I did threaten to work them with death at one point. They were sort of similar ages and they knew each other from school.
Oh, so being a bit naughty.
One of my flower girls, not flower girls, one of my younger bridesmaids, they had like flower, they're like cake pop things.
Oh, yeah.
She smashed it before the photos.
I remember that. Yeah, I do remember
I was like,
that.
I will smash your face in.
Do not do that again.
But there's so little touches about my wedding that to this day I love. Like my flower girls had little wings on their dresses. They came from M&S. They're only M&S dresses, but they had little wings on them, and they had gypsophilia head. I didn't want anything done with their hair.
Yeah.
So we just tied their fringes out the way and put little gypsophilia headbands
so
on them.
cute.
It was just such a laid back vibe.
It was good. It was so good. So good.
It was just a pie.
It was.
It was just a massive pie in a field and everyone was drunk.
Yeah.
I think there's about 2 sober people at the entire place because they were driving.
Oh, yeah. So we managed to wing a lift, actually, off our neighbour.
Oh, yeah.
He came and picked us up, didn't he? Because, that was nice.
One of my friends did a round trip from Gloucester.
Jesus. That's
on the day.
Oh,
drove down from Gloucester that morning and drove back that night.
No.
So he was sober the entire... Like, everyone else getting drunk. I just stood there with a coffee.
Yeah, oh God, no. Literally. And I didn't take Eli. Eli stayed with my mum. That was my mum, actually. Went to your wedding, didn't she? She's like, oh, she's like, you're a bridesmaid, do you want to take him? And I was kind of like, well, I do, but I don't. So I'm so glad my mum actually said, like, don't take him, because then we didn't have to, it would have been completely different for us both if he was there. Yeah. Completely different vibe. But yeah, that was nice.
I like to walk. So one of my other bridesmaids, her daughter was obviously another bridesmaid.
Yeah.
But what they did was, obviously Matilda was there for quite a lot of it, and then she went, Georgina's mum came and got her.
Oh, that's what,
and to go back, she told Matilda that it was ending, it was like 7 o'clock. So she was like, yeah, it's ending now, everyone's going home. Oh. But I'm staying the night with Lauren.
Yeah, that's fun. But yeah, no, my niece did that, so Connor's brother's sister got her partner's mum to come pick her up. Again, same sort of time, because then they could just get drunk and not give a crap.
Have a party.
Yeah.
There's hilarious pictures of like various people passed out at tables at our wedding.
Oh yeah, there's one of me over the bowl of crisps.
There's one of you on Aunt's brother.
Is that?
No, like I think Rob's passed out and you're like, hey.
Oh. I don't even remember that.
Oh, I'll have to get the album out.
Oh yeah, see, I haven't seen half of your pictures. We'll definitely have to do it. Get it out.
Well, next time I bring my laptop round, I'll show you that all on my laptop.
Because I haven't seen like the professional ones of all of us either. I don't think I've seen. Yeah, I haven't seen hardly any of yours.
Yeah, the professional. I don't.
You didn't really like them, did you?
No, I hid a lot of them.
Yeah. But yeah, I love them.
We'll have to have a night.
Yeah, I have to get it all out and then we can see.
Because I've seen your wedding video. It's gorgeous.
I love it. But yeah, that's one thing I will say before we get into my wedding is if you're listening, have a video photographer, because I really wanted one and it was hard to convince Connor to have one at the beginning because they are expensive. I'm not going to lie, they're expensive. Like I think we paid, how much did we pay? Ooh, I think £700. I think it was £600-700. But the guy we chose, we paid £100 deposit to him, and then we didn't actually give him anything else until after the wedding. So we gave it to him once he gave us our highlight video, and that was the only reason, being honest, we chose him, because we were like, well, we can pay that after payday.
With a lot of vendors for weddings, is you pay them a deposit when you first book it, and then especially where we were planning our wedding, we had like a year or so.
Yeah.
You then paid like 6 months before you paid a bit more.
Yeah.
And then didn't pay the rest till either like a few days before the wedding or
a couple of weeks.
Because we didn't actually have a videographer.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I don't want one, don't really care. And then about a week before, I was like, oh crap, I really want one. Yeah. I'd seen someone else's wedding video.
Yeah.
And the girls at work, they all organised it and paid for it. It was actually Gemma Kelly.
Yes.
It was one of her son's friends that did it.
He was really, your video is really good.
Oh, he had all the gear. Considering he was only like 17, 18, he had all the gear.
He was very good. You wouldn't think he was only a teenager, basically. He was
in
very
a house
good.
full of absolutely mental women.
Yeah, he did so much. And after seeing yours, made me want one even more. Because
Yeah.
I was like, I've seen Lauren's, and hers is amazing. And I said to Connor, everyone you look on online says they regret having it, or they wish, they're glad they had it. So if they had it, they were glad they did. If they didn't have one, they regretted it. And Connor was like, oh, I bet that's just girls saying that though. And I was like, but trust me, I really
Even my
want
husband
one.
loves our little...
Yeah.
We've only got a very short one.
Yeah.
And I do love it. And do you know what? We didn't pick any of the music that went with it, but he couldn't have got better music if he tried.
Yeah, see, I think they just know. They just
got the vibe.
Yeah.
Like the final song to like all us like partying and stuff. There is a video of you up on the band.
Oh yes. I forgot we did that. That was
we
fun.
had such a cool band at our
They
wedding.
were
It was
really
so
good.
good.
We nicked their instruments
Yeah,
when they went.
I think I actually went up on stage when they were singing.
You did? I think you did.
Poor people.
Yeah, you did. I remember that.
The problem was at my wedding, what I was doing is running up to the bar, ordering shots of tequila, and then running away. And whoever was stood at the bar then had to pay for it.
I was like, don't go to the bar yet, Lauren's there.
If I'm there, don't go near it.
No, we did buy Lauren.
I actually lost my husband for the majority of my wedding.
Yeah, do you know what? I didn't really speak to Connor really at all.
What, in my wedding or your wedding?
Both. No, but our wedding, I don't think. Yeah, for a little bit, and then you don't. It is weird. People said that to me. Make sure you take time out to
We
spend
did.
time
After we got
together.
married, we spent probably half an hour, 45 minutes together just in the house, having a coffee, having a little catch up and stuff. But we had 144 people at our wedding.
They had a lot of people.
But consider it, like, for the money, it's because
Yeah.
we didn't get charged by head at our caterers.
Oh god, I'm dreading telling you how much ours was. Now you've just said how much yours was.
We didn't have to pay per head. Yeah, but don't forget, I got married 4 years before you.
That's very true.
3 years before you.
That is true.
So this is like pre-COVID. I do think things were cheaper pre-COVID.
Yes. Oh, definitely.
Just use that as an excuse.
Yeah.
But yeah, we didn't have to pay per head for our caterers.
No, where we did. So that was
We
another...
paid per, like, we had a whole roast with all the sides and ice cream cart and everything and all that jazz. But we just sort of said, this is how many people we've got. And I suppose it's the size of the pig.
I guess it's
So,
like a fat pig or what?
we did have the slight issue that a few days before our wedding, so our catering company got sold whilst we were using them.
I remember this.
And we met the people, and the previous owner promised us everything would go without a hitch. And about 3 days before the wedding, they're like, "Yeah, we don't have tablecloth cutlery or anything like that.
Yes,
I have to pay extra for it." I was like, "No."
Yeah, I'll get it myself. Cheers.
So luckily, we had some friends that had, weirdly, in their loft, had a load of wedding tablecloths from when they got married.
They're blatantly hoarders.
But we bought all the glasses to our wedding.
Yes, in IKEA,
We went to IKEA and we bought all the glasses, like wine glasses. Afterwards, we were just giving people glasses, like, Johnson glasses, just have some flipping glasses. I had like 400 glasses. Just have some flipping glasses.
Take some off me, please. Oh god, that is funny. Oh,
go on then. Tell me about your wedding and your engagement.
I know, mine wasn't that long ago, so I can remember it all quite well.
Yeah, my wedding, I'm probably missing so many bits of it. But...
No, I think you've done quite well. I think the bits of the actual wedding day, I think you've done. Yeah, it was so good. I loved your wedding. Literally.
We'll do it again.
I love
Let's
it.
do it again.
Let's do it again. Why not? But yeah, so we got engaged on 2020. It was Father's Day. It's been June. And we went to Exbury Gardens.
I love Exbury Gardens.
It was so nice. He asked me, he's like, where do you want to go? And I'm like, why are you asking me? It's Father's Day. You know, you go where you want to go. And I was like, let's go to Exbury Gardens because it's closer. And we like Exbury Gardens. And it was a very stressful day because he was being really weird in the morning. I don't know how I didn't clock, to be fair. So he wouldn't leave me alone. When I was getting married, I was like, why are you hanging around?
Go away!
Yeah, literally, like, why are you standing here? Let me get ready. And then we went, obviously, to the gardens. It was a very hot day. Eli fell over. He ran and then fell over. So he was whinging that his leg was hurting the whole time. And Connor was like, oh my God, just be quiet. Like, literally, you're stressing me out. And then our Kit Kat's mounted in his bag. And a drink leaked all down his back. And he was like, he got to the point where he almost wasn't going to ask me because he was like, this is not the right vibe now. Like, we're both very stressed. Like, Kit Kats are melting. And he got very angry about the Kit Kats melting.
Look, it's just Kit Kat, calm down.
Yeah, I was like, we won't eat them. I'll put them in the bin. It's fine. Like, it's a Kit Kat. And then, yeah, so we didn't eat the Kit Kats. And then the drink leaked. I was like, oh my God, this is a disaster, literally. And then, yeah, he didn't do it. But he said he told everyone that he did it. So we was going to do it. So he's like, I've got to do it. Because then if I don't do it and we go home and someone's like,
Someone mentioned it to you like, what?
Yeah, nothing happened. And he found this really nice, I thought it was a cherry blossom tree, but apparently it kind of said it wasn't. But it looked like a cherry blossom tree. It was really nice, all pink leaves and everything, very pretty. Eli was running around another tree,
Eli was just over there, just doing his thing.
So in my video, because Connor recorded it, so in my video I do keep looking back because I'm like, our child's just running around, like, he's right there, I don't want him to run off or anything. Because he pretended to take a picture. So we were taking a picture and I was like, why is it recording? You put it on record. And then he's like, no. And then he counted down and got down on one knee. Yes, I know. Literally. Don't find what that a course. We like a video. Yeah, so we did that, and then it was very exciting. And then we spent the rest of the day. So he did it pretty much towards the end. So he pretty much waited until we were going home, really.
Not just in case he said no.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, they are so panicky, aren't they? Like
yeah. But if you're going to do it, surely you know. If you're going to do it, you know that.
Yeah.
He'd say yes.
9 times out of 10. Like, we've been together again. We were together, I think, 9 years before. No, 8 years. I think 7 or 8 years before he asked me.
Yeah, you got together a few years after me and Aunt.
Yes, I think it's 7 or 8 years. So he did get a lot of like, oh, finally. Like,
yeah, we got that.
Yeah.
Oh, finally.
Yeah, and he kind of hated that. He's like, everyone's going to be like, oh, fine. I was like, yeah, but we have been together a long time. We've got a child. We've got a house.
Yeah,
like,
we didn't have a kid.
What do you expect?
We had a dog.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, we got the dog after.
Yeah, see, we did it all backwards. We had Eli first, then got a house, then got married.
Oh, I decided to go all guns blazing and get married, buy a business and buy a house all in 1 year.
Jeez, but it worked out.
Protected over. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. When we flew to Austria, and got stopped at security, and his bag got searched, and in the bottom of that bag, in a sock at the time I didn't know, was my engagement ring.
Oh.
And then I was putting all the stuff back in his bag, and he's glaring at me. I think, why is he glaring at me? It's weird, just back in his bag.
Oh,
and then he told me later on that at one point I've clearly picked up my own engagement ring and put it back in his bag because they're patting him down still, so I'm packing his bag back up.
Yeah, I have no idea where Connor hid it. I don't know where it was. It probably was somewhere in plain sight that I just didn't see. Probably in the wardrobe. Yeah, literally. I don't go there a lot, so you know it could have been. But he asked my dad as well, which is really nice. So he went, and I remember this day I felt really bad. I had to go at him. Well, not really at him. He was really he didn't come home till like 7 o'clock at night. And I was like, God, your work are taking the piss, aren't they? Like, it's 7 o'clock, you left the house at like 7, because he just said he was still stuck at work. Little did I know, he was actually at my mum and dad's house asking for permission, which was really cute. And that's a big thing for my dad. My dad is quite old fashioned. My dad wouldn't have said anything, but if he didn't ask him, he probably would have killed him.
That was my dad, right? You know, my dad's like,
Jesus Christ.
Right, my dad's like a really awkward weirdo.
So did my dad, though.
They were watching the football at the time, and my mum obviously knew what was about to come, so she left the room.
Oh, shut up.
My dad, he asked my dad, and my dad was like, oh yeah, you sure about that? And he was like, yeah. And then my dad like had a water ball that he'd got for free on a bike ride. He was like, present for you. What? My husband's still got the water bottle.
Yeah, you can't take it away.
It's on the bedside. It's like on our bedside table. I spent the one he has at night. But I'm like, when they told me that story, I was like, it's so weird.
So weird. Like,
Men are so weird.
I wish I was a farmer because Connor apparently wouldn't sit down. My mum was like, you can sit down, you know. He's like, no, I'm not.
Yeah, your dad, like, I don't find your dad scary. Like, I like to take the mick out of him, but
he can be quite scary.
I've seen him lose his temper, so it's a bit like my dad.
Yeah, it's not nice.
You don't really find him that scary, but he can lose his temper.
Yeah, it's I would find Dave scary.
I think it's both because they're quite boldy, bigger men, so it's like...
Yeah.
I like to take the piss out of your dad, but he can be quite scary. He
can be. But yeah, so luckily he did the right thing and he asked, that was good. So yeah, and we...
He didn't ask my permission, Jesus Christ, Connor.
I know, rude. Literally. My sister kind of knew it was going to happen because my mum, Connor rang my mum, was like, are you in? Is Andy going to be in? And she was like, yeah. And so Chloe kind of knew it was going to happen as well, I think.
My sister at the door with a glass one.
Yeah, so apparently she heard Connor come in, so she came and sat in the front room.
She's like, I'm not leaving now. Goodbye.
I want to be here to see what happens.
Family meeting.
But yeah, so we got married in May 2022, so we pretty much went and had looked at 3 venues in person. We looked at like 3 different types. We looked at like a manor house, we looked at like a hotel-y type one, and then obviously the outdoors one.
I think the hotel one was like the one thing I didn't want.
Yeah, so I thought it was pretty. We went to Limestone House in Winchester. Is it Winchester Limestone House, I think it's called? Beautiful.
I've never heard of it.
It's nice, like a barn sort of type kind of wedding. All the guests could have stayed there, but it was so expensive. So expensive. Like, We went to the one before and that was in Surrey. Luckily we didn't choose that one because people did whinge about how far our wedding was and it wasn't.
I'd come to Surrey. Just want to get on a cruise ship.
No, I don't think Surrey was that far away, but it was only about an hour. But yeah, people thought it was quite far. But the venue, oh my god, it was our dream venue. If we had the money, we would have had it there, but it was so expensive. It was like proper like Beauty and the Beast Disney vibes.
Oh my god.
And it had like a stairs that we walked down when we came into the reception. Oh, it was beautiful. It was so, but we just couldn't afford it. We couldn't.
Yeah,
afford
we
that
looked at a
venue.
manor house that we couldn't afford.
It was so annoying. But the annoying thing is, we were watching a Netflix series not long ago after we went to that venue. The fucking wedding was on the Netflix series, wasn't it?
Oh,
we were like,
off.
"Are you taking the mic?" Like, I pretend we were there. Like, I was like, "Turn it off, Hannah. I'm not watching it. I'm not happy." But the venue we chose was Parley Manor in Christchurch, and by far they were brilliant. They did everything for us. They like literally, I had to, even to the point where they dished my own dinner up for me. We did nothing. They did everything for us.
Oh my god, the food was amazing. They had these potatoes.
Oh, the potatoes.
I think I ate most of them.
Yeah, they were so
They were
good.
so good.
They were so... Everyone... That is one thing that everyone said about the potatoes. The potatoes.
It sounds really like, oh, just the potatoes, but the food was amazing. But these particular potatoes...
It was so good, like, because we had to have their caterers, so in-house caterers, which was fine, because we saw their pictures of their food and it looked amazing. We went for a taste today and it was like, yeah, perfect. We didn't have canopies, though, because we thought we just, well, you know, just can't afford to have that as well.
I remember I had canopies now.
Did you? I didn't get any of that
I
either.
remember getting a few, I didn't get that many. I don't know who ate them.
Oh, where was I?
Drinking somewhere.
Yeah, probably getting drunk in the corner, like, you know. But yeah, so ours was kind of like, it was all outdoors, so if it rained we would have been a little bit screwed.
Yeah, but so was mine, so...
Yeah, so, and luckily the weather was good for both of us, so it was like a little marquee for one bit where the reception was, and it was really nice. Like, it had fake grass on the bottom and then it had like these stone kind of looking pillars that we stood on.
That wasn't a reception, that was a ceremony.
I know, I always say that, but I'm in the ceremony. When someone says reception, I'm going to get confused because I always...
She means a ceremony.
Yeah, I always do
ceremony had the
this.
stone pillars and
Yes.
the fake grass. And
I always get confused. I did this every time I say this to someone. I'm like, oh no, not that bit, the other bit.
the bit we got to get married.
Yeah, the ceremony bit. And that was lovely. So we had that and all the chairs down either side. That was really nice. And then when we came out, we went round the corner and there we had the massive marquee. So it had like stars in the ceiling. That was one of my favourite bits about that. It was huge. The bar was right at the back.
It was a massive marquee.
It was huge. Like, you could, I can't remember how many people we could have, but we're going to have nowhere near that amount. But you could have loads of people in there.
It's amazing when you get married, you're like, I didn't realise I knew that many people, let alone liked that many people.
I know. We could have had a lot more, but we just didn't. We could have had a lot more people that we don't speak to and stuff. But we're like, what's the point of paying
Oh,
for
it
them?
gets so political.
Oh, it does. That's
I
the
always
thing.
looked at the view. If you wouldn't take them out for dinner, why the hell are you inviting them to your wedding and paying them for food there?
This is the thing that I would say is when you do get married, people will have an opinion. So do what you want to do. Like, we had a lot of people saying, like, are you going to invite these people? We're like, well, no, because we don't speak to them. We don't get a birthday card off them. They don't ever talk to me, so what's the point? Yes, they might be family or friends, but they don't bother. So in my eyes, why should I pay? Like, I think ours ahead was like 40, 50 quid. Or just for food. And then so I think all in all, people were like £67 with the drinks on top. So I was like, why am I paying that if I don't even speak to you? Like, so we had I think 60 or 70 to the day, and then we had an extra about 30 or 40 in the evening. So that was kind of like some of my dad friends that I've known since I was really young that I wanted there, but they were in the evening.
Yeah.
Like people's partners, some of my other friends just to the evening, because we had to cut down the list. We couldn't afford to have everyone in the day, so we just had to cut some people off the day, because everyone was on the day list to start with.
They've been demoted.
Yeah, so then we had to demote them, and then we didn't speak to some people, so it's like, well, just come to the evening then, kind of. But that was really nice. So we had two different kind of things, and we said the same as what you said. So we asked people not to put anything on social media until our evening guests got there. But actually, I said that to people, but everybody waited for us to post. Like, no one posted anything of like
It's
me
like the unwritten
Connor.
rule. You don't wait till the bride. You wait until the bride and groom have posted before you post anything else.
Yeah, and the thing is, the annoying thing is for me, I love photos, so I wanted to wake up in the morning and
see
see
loads of
like
photos.
tagged in photos, but no one, and it was quite nice actually. No one did it, but as soon as I posted,
I didn't take a single photo on my phone.
No, I didn't have many, to be fair, at all on mine, which for me is very unlike me.
Yeah.
But that's how you can tell I was just like so engrossed with the day.
I don't think I took any of my own wedding on my phone, apart from there's a few of us getting ready in the morning. That's about it.
Yeah, so I've got a few of us getting ready, and I've got a few like really drunken selfies towards the end of the night when I have my phone. But yeah, it's quite nice, and we have so many people took so many nice ones from different angles and things. But I really wanted to wake up and see it all, but I didn't. But it was nice. But as soon as I think I put a picture up saying we did it, and I put like 3 or 4 pictures up, and then I said, I know people are waiting for us to post, so go. And as soon as I did that, oh my god, my phone just pinged with all these pictures. We got so many nice ones. I love it. I don't know how we're going to pick to print some out because we've got so many good ones.
I think every now and then I just print more out.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to have to do and get like, because we had our photo booth and we got all the pictures like in the 4 that you get like the 4 frames and then all the bigger ones. So I want to get a photo album just for the photo booth ones.
I have an apology to making your photo booth.
Oh yes, I've seen far more of Lauren and my friend than I wanted to.
But the worrying thing was I was sober at your wedding.
Oh yeah, she was. Oh yeah, you were.
I had like 2 drinks all day.
She got her boob out. Full on titty.
Yeah, I was encouraged. Bad influence.
So I've got...
really bad. It's our school friends, they're really bad influences.
So I've got 2 titties that I went across. And the thing is, those people that sent me the pictures probably saw that.
Oh well, someone else should be charging for this stuff, I'm telling you.
Get on OnlyFans.
Girl, should be charging for this. Hannah posted our Paris vlog the other day to YouTube and
finally
today it's a million videos of my bum.
Oh yeah, I didn't do that on purpose.
Every time I was watching it, Miles.
She's permanent on my bum again. Oh, love it. But yeah, I didn't even say actually about my wedding dress. I was thinking that. Yes, I didn't say about that. So I only went to one shop, which was Annie's Bridal Couture. That's
I
it.
went there.
I love it. Do you know what they had? It's in
a barn. It's so cute.
Oh, and I paid for a bit extra, so I paid for the Sunday slot. So it was only us in there. We had bubbles and things, and so my sister and my mum came, and I said to my mum and sister, that if I don't find a dress in here, there's so many in here. There's like 3 different rooms of dresses, and I'm not finding one. I had an idea of what I wanted. Again, the same as Lauren. I found it on Instagram. It was Mandy Lane, I think the company was called. It was beautiful. It was like a kind of like bronzy style, off the shoulder, flowy dress, and I loved it. And I was like, that's my dress. That's what I'm getting married in. I want that dress. So that's the reason why I went to the one I went to. Tried it on, hated it.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
I was like.
It took me a long time to work out. I've got no boobs.
Yeah.
I've got none now and I had none before I had a baby. And I couldn't have anything that had like massive strap, any form of a strap, because it just looked weird on me. Yeah,
and that's the thing, I think it was the colour. And annoyingly, they didn't have the colour in ivory. I think if they had the colour in ivory, it would have looked better, but it was the colour. And the lady said to me, you don't suit that colour, you suit the ivory colour.
Yeah.
And she was really good. The dress I actually said yes to and I had was the dress they picked for me, because they kind of listened to what I wanted. I was like, I like this bit of the dress, but I don't like this bit. And they're like, okay, I found one, and I tried it on and I loved it. It's the one dress that my mum and sister both reacted to the most, and I was like, this is the one. I know this is the one. There was one, I didn't get a picture in it, I'm so annoyed. Just before, it was literally like Belle's dress, but in white. So like off the shoulder, like all satin. But I was like, it's too plain. There was no sparkle.
Yeah, I nearly said yes to a dress in laurenamyxo actually. And it was the same style of like fit of dress that I wore, but it was plain, no lace, no nothing. Whereas the dress I had virtually was that dress, but with a lace overlay.
And that's the thing, I wanted a bit more sparkle, not in your face, but just a little bit. And it's really annoying actually, Mandy Lane, because I still follow her on Instagram, have brought out a dress this season. That would be my dress.
Joe, literally. This season of wedding dresses, I drive past that Hannah Elizabeth all the time.
Yeah.
Oh my god, there's a dress in there, it's bows galore. I love
it. It's so annoying because I've seen it and I'm like, it was all sparkly, this one, it was lovely.
I really liked the Berta bridal dresses.
Oh, I don't think I ever saw those.
But I think they're like £8,000 a dress.
Oh, yes.
That's like my entire wedding budget gone on a dress.
I think mine was 1,500 with the veil. No, 1,800.
Mine was way more than that.
Yeah, no, I think it's 1,800 with the veil. I got my shoes off this website that I found, JJ House, I think it was called.
Oh, yeah, that's where my dress came from.
Yeah, literally matched my dress. But yeah, so I literally went in there and I tried on 10 dresses, and
you're a lot more decisive than I am.
Oh, I know, but I was just like, that's it. But I think I had in my head that I wanted to say yes to my dress that day.
Yeah.
So I think that's why as well. But I did say to my mum, I didn't put any pressure on myself, so I booked that one, and I said if I don't find any here that I like, I'll then book another one, because I didn't want to have in the back of my head, well, I've got an appointment so-and-so next weekend.
Yeah, I was booking them one at a time,
just
to see if there's anything in that particular boutique that I liked.
Yeah, no, definitely. So I think that's one thing is I'd recommend again, don't book loads in advance, because then you will be like, but I'm going somewhere else, and then it will kind of cloud your judgment.
I think the other thing to do is like, look, so if you find a designer that you like, try and find a boutique that carry that that designer, because
and then you can have a look.
Even if they don't have the dress that you found you like, you can try on various styles of that designer, because there's a lot of designers that, though their wedding dresses are different, they're similar in the way they're cut and they fit. And
definitely. But no, it was good. I liked my dress.
And find a decent alteration.
Yes.
So like my biggest problem was I don't have any boobs and I had a strapless dress and I wanted to feel secure in it. But I didn't want chicken fillets.
No.
Because I didn't then want
it to fall out.
Well, no, I just didn't want them like pushed up and
I
just wanted them like me.
Yeah.
And the original seamstress that I saw wanted to like really pad the dress out.
Oh.
And that's not what I wanted.
No.
So in the end I managed to find someone who properly took the dress in.
Yeah.
So that I could, one, lift my arms without exposing a nipple, and two, I didn't have to have it filled with padding.
Yeah.
It's quite nerve-wracking watching someone rip your dress in front of you though, because she ripped the seams whilst I was wearing it to repin it.
Yeah.
I was like, she's ripping my dress.
Well, yeah, mine cut mine, but she did ask me to start with. She's like, can I cut it? I was like, yeah, that's fine.
No.
But luckily our friend did it for me, so she saved me. She didn't actually charge me, she saved me a lot of money, but I gave her a lot of free nails and stuff for a while, just to kind of pay it back, but she saved us a lot of money, because I had a lot of that taken in. I think I had 2 inches of each side taken in.
Yes, because Hannah bought her dress, then lost a lot of weight.
Yes. Stupid. Literally. But yeah, so that was good. But yeah, the venue was amazing. It was like all like all the grounds were like kind of like gardens basically, and that's another reason why I wanted to go for that venue, because it had so many like picture opportunities, like, and it was so nice, like in different sections. It had like a cornfield at the back, but that wasn't really in season, I don't think, so we didn't go in there. We had one by the gate, and that was quite nice. The sun was like peeking through. That was quite a nice one. And then our photographer took us round the grounds, so when people were just after we ate, I think.
Yeah, we went on like a little.
Yeah, we went on like a little tour around. And one thing I would say, good tip, is make sure your bridesmaids keep their flowers. I had to go tell you all to keep your flowers, and she was like, they keep putting their flowers down. Go tell them.
I have one at all times. I was an exceptional bridesmaid.
She was very good. I went round and said, make sure you keep flowers on you. Keep your flowers on you. Keep your flowers on you. Because it makes it a lot easier. Because our photographer takes it like in bits, so she doesn't do one whole shot and then you're done. She's like, oh, this is a good opportunity. The lighting's good. Let's do it now, sort of thing. But yeah, we got so many. I think we got in the end 1,300 photos. I think.
I remember actually when we were just getting ready, she was like, I've taken 800 photos already.
Literally. Crazy. She's so good. I'll use her for everything now. I wouldn't use her. Wouldn't use anyone else.
She did all of Eli's shoots from like newborn up to like.
Yeah, she was so good.
She was so funny as well. Slightly scary,
so
but funny.
She's scary, but I was saying this because
she's not scary. She's assertive.
Yes, and she offended my nan a little bit. But I said to her not to, because my nan's a bit like that anyway.
Yeah, Nan scares crap out of me.
Yeah, literally, she can be quite
scares
nasty.
Yeah,
literally. So it basically, my nan was taking pictures on her camera, and my photographer kindly said to her, like in a jokey way, something like, "Don't take pictures facing the sunlight because they'll look crap." And then she looked on her camera and was like, "Yeah, see, that's not very good," like joking. And my nan took proper offence. So when it came to the point with my nan and granddad having a picture with me and Connor, my granddad wouldn't smile, because he thought she was rude, and he wouldn't smile. And I was like, but, you know, if someone's in the way, she's like, get out of the way. Like, because she's there, she's hired to get pictures for you. She doesn't care who she offends in the process. Like, she's not nasty, she's just so good at her job. If you're in the way, she'll tell you to get out of the way.
Yeah.
Like, or like with Laurie and I think it was Jazz, they were like, should we take our watches off? Yeah, take watches off, no watches on.
No watches, no hairbands.
Yeah, no, nothing in your pockets for the men. She doesn't like anything in your pockets. And she said even one wedding, it wasn't our one, someone worked up their steps, and she was like, but if I take my watch off, I won't get my steps.
It's because, you know what that is? A lot of people, I nearly got it.
Yeah.
You can get life insurance tied to your active watches, so if you don't get your steps in, your life insurance is more expensive that month.
So maybe that's why, but she said, well, I'll wear it, give it to me and I'll wear it. So she wore this person's watch all day to get the steps in, because she's like, I don't want watches on. And to be fair, I'm so glad, because Apple watches... Oh yeah, you could have done that, couldn't you? Put it on your ankle, like you got a tag, but...
I'm pleased for the
day. If you've got long dresses, it works. So she was amazing. I would really recommend her. And Ben, who did so she was Elisa Roberts photography, if you're around like this area. She's very, very good. And Ben did our photography. So Ben, who did our video photography, he was really good. We found him online. He's BH Video Photography, I think he's called. And he's actually a police officer in J. And
by day?
By night, he is a video photographer. But he was really, really good. We got a short video which was about 2-3 minutes long, like they call it like a Facebook highlight, don't they? So you can put that on your Facebook. And then we got a half an hour video, so that was kind of like us getting ready in the morning, and then it was the whole ceremony. And then it was like us coming out, everyone talking, the party bit, and then it was the first dance that we got. So that was like the end of the video. So we got all of the first dance and all the speeches as well. So that was really good. So that I think I said to Connor, we've got to watch that back like every year on our anniversary. We get that on the TV and we can watch that. So we got it on like a little memory stick. So that was really good. And then we had a person decorate our venue. So we had like the flower wall. She did all our confetti because I was like, I don't know what confetti. We had to have biodegradable confetti.
Yeah, ours had to be all natural.
Yeah,
I picked. Like a country bumpkin over here. I picked all the flowers out of my garden and dried them all.
I was going to do that, but I was like, it's too much effort. I just paid for someone to do it because I didn't know where to go to pick all these roses. So she matched the colour theme, and then she did all the decoration in the reception and the ceremony. And she was the lady that had our photo booth as well, so we all had her in one.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so the swing, loved the swing. That was really nice. So she made the swing and then put loads of like little flowers down the rope.
My brother did that. We had a swing. I was
Bless you.
Thank you. And my brother was the one that did it.
Yeah. He did the swing.
And
I think that's why I wanted a swing, because I was like, Lauren had a swing and it looked really cool. Like, and I want some pictures on the swing. And I was like, if there's kids on the swing, when I want a picture, they're getting off.
Get off the swing.
Because I want the swing. And loads of people took pictures on the swing actually, so it was really nice. And
I didn't.
No, again, we probably like, you were busy looking after a baby and
oh my god, my husband passed out.
He was very drunk, it was hilarious. He, like, my work lot will love him. He was with them most of the time.
I just found him. He's chatting to a load of beauticians. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, come back.
But eventually, him and the baby passed out. Ivy was in a pram, just fast asleep. And Aunt's in a. They're like, oh, your husband's over there. I was like, yeah, asleep. I was like, oh right. Someone else's husband bought me a coffee because they were like, do you want a coffee? I was like,
please. But I think again we did the alcohol ourselves, like in this reception. So it was everyone's welcome drink. Could you get a welcome? Was it a welcome drink or like?
Yeah, I had a welcome drink.
A welcome drink, and then when we came out from the ceremony, everyone got a drink then. And then we did.
I didn't actually have a welcome drink because I was getting ready with you.
Oh yeah. Of course you did. You had the what's it called? Buck fizz. So we did all that, and then the wine in the reception. No, in the ceremony, well, reception, whatever that bit is. That the reception, that bit, the food and speeches. And then, so we did all that from Aldi's. Their wine's actually quite good.
All those mini bottles of Prosecco, we cheated at our wedding. For the toast, we bought everyone individual bottles of Prosecco, and that's also their seating, so we tied a straw and everyone's name to it.
It's a good idea doing it, because we had these little things that sat in the glass that had your name on it, and that was kind of like your favour as well. Yeah, see, I thought, because people take it home, I still got mine upstairs as well, because that was our favourite, because we didn't do favours because it was too expensive.
We did our photo booth thing.
Oh yeah.
Did key rings, and you could have as many key rings as you wanted.
I've got two,
and you could pick whatever photo you wanted, and that was like our favours.
Yeah, because it's so expensive. Like, because I think our wedding, all in all, this is going to sound really bad because Lauren just said hers was £6,000-7,000. I think ours costed with suits, with dresses, anything like that. I think we paid 17,000.
Jesus Christ, Hannah!
I know.
I did not realise your wedding cost that much. Ours was less than £10,000.
Yeah, no, ours was almost 20.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I wore a boot on walking down the aisle.
Literally. It was, but I wouldn't change a thing. I loved it. I loved it all. Like, the caterers were amazing. The venue was absolutely amazing. Our caterers were Merlin caterers as well. So I don't know if they do other stuff.
Really good food.
Their food. Beautiful. And the guy that ran it as well, at the end, I think he came in, didn't he? So like at the end of the night, because there was a house that there was about 7 rooms, so all my family and Connor's family stayed, and then we had breakfast the next day. He came back because it was really hard to get taxis. A lot of our guests found it hard to get taxis. The taxis in Bournemouth are crap.
Yeah,
they are shit.
Because I knew I would have Ivy with me.
You drove.
I drove.
So luckily, Lucy, Evie, and Laurie couldn't get back. They were stuck.
She rang me.
I know. We didn't even think about that actually. Because
I was staying in the room next door to them.
She was staying in the same hotel as them. We didn't think about that because we were all so drunk. So we all were sat at the bottom of the stairs in this house, and the guy came in and was like, "Oh, you guys okay?" And I said, "Oh yeah, they can't get a taxi. They're just going to wait in here until they can get a taxi." And bless him, he was like, "Well, I'm finished now." I said, "I can take them. I know where that hotel is. I can take them if you like." Oh. He was really, really nice.
I remember seeing them the next morning, and they were a sight for sore eyes.
Oh, literally, they were still in their dresses.
They stayed up all night in the hotel bar with some other random people.
I think Evie passed out, didn't she? I've got a picture of her asleep on the chair. But so yeah, he was really, and they said, "Oh no, don't worry, it's fine. We've booked a taxi now. It's coming." And then, bless him, he came back half an hour later to check they got home. So he didn't leave until
That's
he
really,
knew.
I like people like...
Yeah, he was... I think it was 3 drunken girls in somewhere that we don't live. Like, he was really good. His name was Dave. He was really, really good.
Good name, Dave.
I know, good name. But yeah, and then we got up the next day and our room had a bath. You know, one of the ones out of the freestanding bath.
Yeah.
I said to Connor, I'm having a bath because that's what
that is what I woke up to, was a picture of Hannah and Connor in the bath. Not like that, like from a distance you could just see their heads poking out.
And our hands on the side. But yeah, so we took a picture of us both in the bath, and the funny thing is, Connor's mum and dad had Eli in their room for the night, and we could hear them in the bath. Like, so he was awake chatting away and we were in the bath like, relaxing. But oh my god, Connor trying to get me out of my dress because we had buttons all the way up to my back of my dress. Oh my god, he's like, can I rip it off? I was like, no,
you cannot.
I was like, don't you dare rip it. Like, literally, he was there trying to unhook each hook, trying to get me out. It took ages, literally, to get me out of this dress.
I'm so glad. I think I only had 5 buttons on the back of my dress.
It took forever. I was leant over the sink like, hurry up. And he's like, I can't do it.
Do you know what? I don't know how. I didn't actually pee in my wedding dress.
I went for a poo in mine. I remember I felt really bad because my sister obviously came in with me to go for a wee. And I said to Chloe, I was like, I need a poo. I was like, I really do, I need a poo. Like, she was like, it's fine. And then I came out. I've actually got a picture, not me going for a poo. But like, Connor's auntie. So there was a Michaela, Georgia and Amy were all in the toilet at the same time. So I came out, me and Chloe came out the toilet, Georgia and Amy and Michaela looking in the mirror, and then Debbie's like, smile girls, and we were all in the toilet like the Crown, and like, I just had a poo.
Cheers!
And I said to girls, I'm sorry, probably smelled you just had a poo.
I don't know how I got away with it. I remember going to the loo in my second dress because that's where it got ripped. Toby gave me, I couldn't walk over the stones in my heels, so Toby gave me a piggyback, but I don't think I actually went to the loo at all in my dress.
Oh, I did. I was sick in those toilets. I was heaving, and Georgina was like, are you alright?
Oh, at my wedding? Yeah.
I was like, ugh. And she's like, yeah, you're alright. Okay, and then I came out, she's like, oh, it's you. I was like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. But yeah, it was, they were both, like, both our weddings were amazing. They were
hilariously
so good.
different. Though.
Yeah, so good, but
like,
very
you
different.
said no to kids.
Oh yeah, so I said no to kids because my only reasoning was, so we had both, obviously Eli, who's our son obviously, and then our 2 nieces who are our flower girls, and then Lauren brung Ivy, and then we had Connor's cousins that were younger, so Daniel and Andrew, and they were 8 and 6, so younger, and then my 2 cousins were a little bit older, so they were still kids. Like one of them was 18, so he wasn't a kid. The other one was still at, I think, just gone into secondary school, so still younger, couldn't drink basically, because they were all like immediate family, so they all came, and everyone who would babysit them were at the wedding, so we were like, well, we can't say they can't come, and we wanted them there. And we just have so many kids now, don't we, that like, so many kids in our friendship group, like family-wise and friendship group. If we said yes to every single child, our list of children would have been mayhem. And our venue, the only thing that did not make me a little bit about our venue was they charged half price of the adult menu for kids. So anyone over 1, we had to pay like £15. And I'm like, 1-year-olds don't eat £15 worth of food. Like, they're not
going to... I think my child gave it a good go. they served her, so she would have been...
Yeah, how old would she have been then?
She was like 16 months old when you got married?
Yeah.
No, it was before that.
No,
about 15 months.
Yeah, because we got married in the May, and obviously she was born in the Feb before.
Oh yeah, so she would have been like 15, 16 months old.
Yeah.
And they gave her this massive thing of jelly and dairy-free ice cream.
Yes.
It was like this big, and oh my god, I don't think she's ever had a pudding at this point. And she was like in heaven. I
left a picture of that actually.
I left it right up until the last minute. I didn't want to bring Ivy with me. Not in a horrible way, that sounds awful, but Ivy doesn't sleep.
Yeah.
She's slowly getting better now, but at the time she really didn't sleep. She'd never spent the night away. And she was still breastfed but only at night. And I was trying to leave it to the last minute to see if her sleep magically improved, and it didn't. So I had to text Hannah and be like, I'm so sorry, can I bring her?
Yeah.
But my husband was actually really good with her, and I didn't have to worry about her at all. He'd even got dressed and put a bow in her hair.
Oh, I know. That's one thing
I sent the photographer. I was like, can you just go find my husband? Described him and my daughter. Described what she'll be wearing and just make sure she's okay. Like, he's done something with her hair.
And that's the thing, again, why she's so good, because you're like, our photographer, she's not just a photographer for the day. She actually cares that you have a good day. She's
Yeah,
not
like
just...
she saved to pin you into your dress.
Yeah, literally.
She went and found my husband to make sure my child looked appropriate. I didn't actually care if they were okay. I just made much of like... She took a picture to show me, like, this is what she looks like.
She's just so good. And, like, even to the point where apparently she's been to one wedding before, their DJ didn't turn up. So she plugged her phone in and was DJing and photoing at the same time.
Oh, can you imagine if your DJ didn't turn up?
Oh, that was my worst fear, was someone not turning up.
Oh, mate, you had, like, the perviest DJ in the world.
He works for my dad.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. He was trying to get everyone to do oops upside your head facing him. Especially with Evie and Lucy.
He works with Connor as well.
It's a bit of a perv, I'm not gonna lie.
Aren't all day DJs though, bless him. He's very good.
He was brilliant. So it was the way he was trying to get Lucy and Evie to do oops upside your head facing him.
Oh yes, and Amy stood up, didn't she? Because no one knew it really. Amy, Chloe's friend, stood up in front of him, didn't she? And was like telling us what to do. So all there copying Amy. No one got a picture of that because I think.
How does no one know what oops upside your head? That's a classic.
I think we were just all so drunk. But Elisa was gone by then, so there's no pictures of us doing that, which is a shame. And we got I did take a massive video. With everyone at the end, pretty much every single person was dancing in that tent that was near the end. So I was like, I stepped away and just watched for a little bit, and then I went round and took a video, and I'm so glad I got it because everyone was having fun. My mum was up having fun, my dad was dancing, my nan.
The cutest thing about your wedding was Evie's mum was there, obviously, in the evening. Oh no, she was there all day. Yeah. She was there, and Ivy had fallen asleep in her pushchair, and she didn't want to be in the tent, she was just sat, so I took into like...
Probably, was she talking to Nina quite a bit?
She was talking to Nina and like James and stuff, who I didn't recognise for about 3 hours.
Oh, yeah, I can't believe
oh my god, there's James Gunner!
I can't believe
Everyone was like, how has it just taken you this long to work out? I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's because he's going out with one of my sister's friends now, and he's in our year.
School with.
And we hung around with him quite a lot, and we went to a few parties with him when we were younger. And
it took me so long to realise it.
I just said to him, I was like, isn't it weird that you were at my wedding? Like, how
what
bizarre.
Are you doing? Go away.
Literally. But, yeah.
She looked up, once I fell asleep, she had Ivy with her so I could go dance for a bit. I did keep going back and checking.
Yeah. See, that's a good thing. And like with Eli as well, this sounds going to sound really awful now, I hardly saw him in the evening.
Do you know what actually happened for a lot of it? I think he wore my daughter out. Yeah. She was getting the book. Very much she's only like 15, 16 months old. She's getting the boys to chase her.
Yeah, there's some pictures actually. There's one video that I love of Connor's cousins. And they were really good. They kind of took all the kids under their wings. They were really good. So Jade and Amy, they literally, there's one video that video Trevor got. I don't know if Ivy was in it or not, but all the other kids, you saw all the kids running across the screen, and then you saw Amy chasing them, and it's such a lovely video. They were so good.
Child hates people, but she took a real liking to Lucy.
Yeah, Lucy does. Eli loves Lucy. He fancies Lucy and Evie. At least we know he's got good taste.
He's got good taste in women, so...
Yeah. But yeah, bless him. But yeah, so that's the reason why we didn't have kids. That was the main reason we got into that conversation. Was because we didn't have kids.
We're such sidetrackers, aren't
we? We are. This podcast is going to be very long.
This is probably the longest podcast we've ever done.
But then we've got to get through both engagements and both weddings.
And it's to make up for the fact there wasn't one last week.
Yeah, so it's going to be an extra long one. And I could go on about my wedding.
If anyone's ever got any questions about wedding, like finding like perfect supplies or anything, please drop us a message.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to plan a wedding again, but I do love...
I want to do it again.
Yeah, and I like talking to other people about it. Like now I don't have to plan my own wedding.
Yeah.
I like talking to other people about it. Planning your own wedding's a little bit stressful. But...
It's very stressful. It made me ill.
Yeah.
It did make me very ill. But I'm fine now, so it's
all good.
But yeah, it did make me ill. But yeah, so it was very good. Both our weddings were really good. We both had, I think, the wedding that we both ever dreamt of, you know. Yeah,
I never wanted the big white wedding. I wanted a big party, so that's what I had.
Yeah, exactly. And I kind of did want the big wedding, but to an extent. And I got that. So, you know, yeah, it was very good. Very, very good. I think, should we do a recommendation? One thing that we both, let's kind of say what we think we need. If you had to say one thing you need at a wedding,
yeah,
what would it be? Or like something that you, like a tip or something, you know?
I would definitely say that photo booth, people. It wasn't a photo booth as such, but getting to print your own photos, because we got so many photos from our wedding that you wouldn't have got otherwise.
Yeah, do you know what? I love a photo booth. I actually agree with that. A photo booth, because, you know, people are sheeping in a photo booth. We've got so many. There's one hilarious picture of my mum. I need to make a meme out of it. I think it would go viral if I made a meme.
Ant's got a meme maker.
Oh, has he? Oh my god, send it to me. It's literally my mum in the camera like this, trying to figure out how to turn the thing on. It was already on, so she's got a picture of her like... It was hilarious, and that's how you know you're getting old, when she doesn't know how to work with an iPad.
Put your glasses on, Sonia.
Yeah, literally. That was so good. But my one would be, obviously, because you're always going to have a photographer, that would be one of my ones. But everyone's going to have a photographer. That's a no-brainer, isn't it? But mine is a video photographer. I would definitely 100% recommend. Even if your partner was a bit like Connor, doesn't want one,
tell him to shut up.
Show them videos, because as soon as Connor looked at our highlight video, he looked at me and just laughed and was like, "Okay, I get it now."
It's alright, I've got cramp in my leg. That's not what you were doing.
And like, he loved our photos. He said this, like, he loved our photos, and I love our photos. Like, I will always cherish them. We've got so many good ones, but the video, you can watch it back. Like, you can relive the day more with a video than you can with the photos. Like, I look at my photos and my wedding pictures and video. I've looked at them loads still now.
I flick through mine all the time.
Yeah, literally. I've watched it. I've got the video on my phone now. The highlight ones, I watch that quite a lot.
Get a life, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know, literally. I wanted that day again. And there's one bit the video photographer got that I forgot to say quickly. It was again where I'm glad we had one. So me and Connor both had a time in the day where we kind of took ourselves away and looked and just watched. And Connor said it was when everyone was at the table talking and laughing and talking in the tables. And he's like, everyone's having a good time, and that's what he enjoyed and when he looked. And then mine was my realisation. I didn't get emotional for the whole day. I was quite chilled, to be fair, in the morning, really chilled. And when I went down the aisle and everything. But it was when we did our first dance and the DJ got everyone to join in. We actually said to a few people, I think we said to all the bridesmaids, when he says that, join in, because I don't want to be the only one up there when he says join in.
It's the worst bit when everyone's like, everyone join in, and no one comes. You're like, excuse me.
But literally, the video, you just see everyone pile onto the dance floor. I think pretty much everybody got on that dance floor, and I've never seen that before at a wedding, and it really got me. I was like, oh my God, and then I just started crying, because I was like, everyone that we want here and love is in this same moment. Like, that was my realisation of the day. It was really unsafe
at our first dance.
Oh no, what?
We're virtually holding each other up. It wasn't a nice dance. It was
cute.
You
looked good though.
I was so pissed. We were virtually saying, someone handed me their child. Don't hand me a baby, I can barely stand up.
Oh, I remember that, yeah.
I had my goddaughter in my arms and I'm like, don't hand me a baby.
I'm too drunk for this. But they didn't look drunk. They did very good.
We just looked cute,
they looked
but
very
actually
elegant.
virtually holding each other up.
But yeah, it was good. But yeah, so that's my recommendation as a video.
We should probably end this podcast at some point.
I know, we're just going to carry on.
Should we do a part 2?
Yeah, we're just going to say bye now, because otherwise it's going to be a long time.
We shall see you next week.
See you next
people.
week. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thanks if you made it to the end.
If you made it to the end,
Thank
I commend you.